Guys, so welcome back. So today I'm gonna be talking about MAC Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna be talking about the things that I think that will be really good as a beginner, especially when it comes to MAC. It's so expensive. You're overwhelmed by so many lipsticks, lip glosses, powders, foundations, eyeshadows especially. So I just wanted to narrow it down to where it's really good to have as a beginner's kit. Just a little reminder, MAC can be really addicting. So what I started out was with only foundation, lip gloss, and powders. So after that, like, it became a really obsession with MAC. So I began grabbing like eyeshadows, lipsticks, like many eyebrow kits, well, not kits, but like eyebrow pencils, lip liners and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna be talking about a little bit and what might be what might these products may work for you. So I hope you guys enjoy and just keep on watching. So first I'm going to be talking about primer and moisturizer. So primer and moisturizer can be combined together. It does not matter. You don't really have to like, you know, put this first or that first. You can put it all together. So the moisturizer that I've been using, and this is the moisturizer I cannot live without, it's like my holy grail, and this is the Lightful Marine Bright Formula Moisture Gel. This is $42, and I'm telling you, it may be expensive, but trust me, it just works amazing. And it's just like a white cream base. It smells so good. But again, this is the moisturizer that I do apply onto my skin before putting foundation and stuff like that. And then I do recommend using a primer, because a primer is super important, especially when you want to apply foundation. If you don't use a primer, I think that it just mess up the whole canvas look, because you really want a really smooth complexion. Because when you're looking at makeup, it's like you want a perfect looking, healthy, youthful skin, glowing, beautiful, and you guys know what I mean. So I did pick up this MAC Prep+Prime Skin Base. So this is a face primer. It looks like this, and they come in like a bigger tube also, but this retails for I think $30. The other one was I think $35-40, but I did stick to the smaller size just because I just wanted to try, and I do love it. Its consistency is really soft, smooth, silky, and I do love it. It comes like that, a white base, and when you do rub it into your skin, it just feels really good. It does have that specks of glitter, which doesn't really do anything. It just gives you a lot more radiance to the skin. So again, that's how it feels. It's super silky. It just feels really lightweight. It's not heavy, and yeah, I do love it. So onto foundation. So when the first time I did get into MAC, I did purchase the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in SPF 15. Now this is full coverage. If you don't like full coverage, I'm gonna be talking to you about another product that may be for you. But this is a full coverage foundation. It's a matte finish, so if you don't like matte, you can always go to the one I'm gonna be talking about. So this retails for $27, and this is how it looks like. Comes like in a little glass jar, and this is actually out already. I had this since when I was probably in the 10th or 11th grade, so that is a very long time. So this is $27. This is super great if you're gonna be out in the sun, because it does have SPF 15, and of course you want that extra protection on your skin. So the other foundation I was telling you about is this Match Master foundation in SPF 15, and this is how it looks like. This is what I've been using now. I really love the coverage, the consistency, and how it looks on the face and feels on the skin. So this is also by MAC. This is $34. So this is a bit bigger than the Fix Fluid foundation. Yeah, Studio Fix. So this one has a pump. this one does not have a pump, but you do purchase the pump separately, but I do like this one better. So this is like a dewy matte finish, which gives the skin a little bit more of a dewy, not so much of a matte, so it's like a mixture of both. I really do like it. As for me, I do have oily skin, so I do have more of that shininess going on, but it's alright because you do have to use like some kind of powder to mattify your face, right? So this is the Match Master and SPF 15, and I got mine in 6.0. If you don't really know your color, it's okay, they can color match you, and there's a bunch of range of colors especially, and if you can't really find that perfect color, they usually, you know, mix two together to get your perfect match. And I also forgot this one, I got mine in NC44, which is not my color anymore, so that's already done. So this is what I've been loving, and that's a really good foundation if you do really want like a dewy matte finish instead of a full coverage foundation. I personally wouldn't want a full coverage just because I don't really have much going on my face, such as a lot of redness or a lot of blemishes, pimple redness going on. So I do prefer liking the Match. So I'm going to be talking about powders because powders are really good to set your foundation. So there are two here that I'm going to be talking about: Blot Powder and also translucent powder. So translucent is just a white powdery translucent powder. It does not show up on your skin, which is really good if you're going to be taking pictures because you don't want that white cast. And also the Blot Powder by MAC is just like a pressed powder, and it comes with different shades. Mine is in dark, so I use this when I'm really oily. I know that I'm oily, I want to mattify my skin, so I don't tend to break down the foundation on my skin. So I do use like a large powder brush to apply it, and this is by Real Technique brush. But I do love the powder, pressed powder blotting situation because I do get really oily in my T-zone. So if you're oily, Blot Powder should be your best friend. So this I had also for a very long time. It does not cake up on the skin or just looks really weird on the skin. It does not do that. So that's what I love about this. I think this one retails maybe about roughly $26 probably. I'm not too sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's how it looks like. So if you're an oily skin, use a Blot Powder. So I do use the MAC Prep+Prime translucent powder. So this comes in like a little tub here. This retail I think $20, $18, I'm not too sure. Again, I do use this to set my concealer, which is super important, and it just comes in like a white powdery, and it just doesn't show up white on your skin. I love how it just feels because you can't even feel it when you're putting it on your skin. So if you do prefer liking the translucent powder over the blotting powder, it's all right. It doesn't really matter as long as you're blotting your face first and you're applying the translucent powder over it to prevent any more of the greasiness coming out. And I did almost forgot to mention about the concealers because I do have two of them here. So I do have the Pro Longwear Concealers, which I absolutely love. They do not crease on me, maybe not that quite bad, but all I can say is that they're a really good foundation. So concealer, sorry. So this one here is an NW25 and here is a NW35. So I use a 35 just to, you know, if I don't want to highlight my face or have that really glowy skin type of skin, I wouldn't use the, this one here, the lighter one. I would use this one as like a really close to my skin tone color. And then this one I do use for highlighting. That's what I'm using today. I don't know if you could tell. I just use a little bit of this, and I do mix it with another product by MAC, which I don't know if I should mention it because I do use it for only so this is highlight. The MAC Prep+Prime highlighter. So this is for like in your T-zone area if you want to really brighten up Kardashian kind of look. This is the one for it. That retails I believe maybe like 19, I don't know, sorry, I'm gonna link everything down below, but I do use this for highlighting. So they're $18 each and they last a very long time. You only need a little, and when you pump it, it just comes out like crazy. But I'm gonna talk about bronzers. Bronzers, they do have individual bronzers, but I use a Mineralize Skin Finish Natural, and this is what the lady recommended me to use as a contouring the cheeks, the temples of your forehead, your jawline, anywhere, your nose. So this one is in Give Me Sun, and I really love this powder just because it just doesn't really give that much of a darkness on my face. It just creates shadows a bit more to define it. So I really love it. This retails, I think, maybe like $28. Again, I'm not too sure. I'll link it. So next I'm going to be talking about brows. Now brows are so important just because they frame your face. They just give a little bit more of a nice appearance on your face. It just makes everything a lot better. So I do use eyebrow pencils. I don't use one of those. I know that they have the liners to draw out your eyebrows, but I do love the pencil better. I think I have a lot more control with the pencil. So this one is in Brunette. I've been loving this pencil. This is the pencil that one of the girls recommended to me if I don't want to be too harsh with my brows. Brunette is just like a mixture of like a really soft brown with just a soft brown with a brown kind of color put together, and it just really looks nice. I do have it on today along with Anastasia's Dip Brow Pomade, but I do love how the pencil comes in. It comes in with the twistable type where you just twist up here and it just comes out, and it's really nice. This retails for like $18. Super good, and it does not it doesn't fade unless you put a gel on top of it, and they do also have gel products for your brows. But I did like the so I do have crazy brows, and I do have to set it with something, or else they'll just go their different ways, or they'll go their separate ways. So I do use the MAC brow set that looks like this. This is the clear one. This is also I think this one was 16 and the pencil was 16, I think, not 18. But yeah, this comes in with different other shades. I got the clear one just because I think that my brows are pretty much dark enough, so I just need like a clearing gel for it. So let me talk about blushes. Now there's like a whole range of blushes out there on the counter. So I got Ambering Rose, which is a really nice I think the camera's picking it up as like a reddish pinkish color, but honestly it's like a pinky mauve kind of color with some sheen to it, with like specks of gold. And this one is a sheer tone, so no matter how much you pick up on the brush, it's not gonna really transfer so much on your cheek, which I really love. But there's also matte finishes for blushes, creams. So this is one of my favorite. I can't really say which one I would recommend, but there's so much out there. But this is a really nice blush. If you guys are wondering what this blush looks like, go and look for it. It's called Ambering Rose. I think this one costs like $21, $22. So onto eyes. Now the eyes part, I just go outrageously crazy just because there's so many beautiful colors, different textures, also how it looks on the skin too. So I'm gonna talk about the primer, because the primers are so important when you're putting on eyeshadow. You don't want to have your eyeshadows crease into your lines or even to places that you don't want it to be. So I do prefer MAC paint pots. They all have different ones. I do own like 2 more, which is like a gold one and like a brown shade. So this is another one. This one's called Groundwork, which is like a brown shade, which is good for like smoky eye or whatever. And then the one that I have on right now, and I didn't use this today, but this is what I use. This one's called Soft Ochre, which is like a yellowy base that looks like this. Painterly is a little bit offside of the white, I believe, or white yellowish, but this one can come out as yellow. But yeah, They work super good. They don't crease at all. You might have to want to be careful, especially if you purchase these. You need to tighten the top so the air doesn't go in and kind of like dry out the product. And the other one that I have is called Indian Wood, which I really love. This is like a gold shade. How pretty is that? That's so pretty. These retail, I think, maybe 18, I believe, but they last a very long time. I had my soft ochre for like a year and it's not even going down. It doesn't even look like it. You just need a little and it's just amazing. It does not crease into your sockets or anything like that. So that's what I really love. I only own one mascara over there and it's kind of, you know, like hello. But they do have new mascaras out there, especially the extra dimension ones that I think that were new. But this one is the Haute and Naughty 2 Black Lash. So this comes in a purple covering on the top. And what I love about it is because you can have both ways, which means that you can have the wand to be bigger for like a really voluminous coat on your lashes, or on the top there's another one here, and it just grabs out all of that extra mascara and it gets really thin. And this is good for the lower lash line. I do recommend this is because it's just better than having two mascaras when you can have one in one tube. So that's that. I don't know how much this one costs. I got this like 2 years ago and there's still a lot of product in here and it's a really good mascara. But this is the Haute and Naughty 2 Black. So we're almost done here. I'm gonna be just talking about lipsticks and lip gloss. So I do have like a little case here and I'm just gonna be pulling out which I think that will be really good as a starter kit. Oh yeah, I can't forget about the eyeshadow. Sorry about that, but I'll just go through this really quick. So the two lipsticks I'm gonna be talking about is this by MAC, and this is a permanent color, and this one is in Velvet Teddy. So Velvet Teddy is more of a brown nudie kind of color. It's not too overwhelming if you're my color, because sometimes nude colors can come off as pale that make us look dead. So this one doesn't really look dead at all. So this is a very nice color. This is in a matte shade, so you can actually top it off with some kind of gloss, like a muted gloss, which is like this color in Boy Bait. I don't know if this is like a permanent lip cream sheen glass, but it's a very pretty color to top it off with Velvet Teddy. So that is the two that I recommend, Velvet Teddy and the other lipstick is called Angel, and this is a Frost. So oops, this is the first lipstick I've ever got, I think. I'm not too sure, but this is like a pinky nude and it's super pretty. It just goes on with anything. Again, you can top this off with Boy Bait, so it just looks super nice. If you don't have anything close to Boy Bait, I think you can find drugstore types, but if you do want to go ahead and splurge a little bit more with the MAC, then you know, I give credit to you because that's what I did. So the lipsticks here, they cost $15, and I think the cream sheen and the dazzle glass, they cost $20. So they're a bit pricey, but you know, it has a lot of product in there. Then I'm gonna go on to the eyeshadow. So I do have 4 eyeshadows that I'm gonna be saying that this is my to-go eye color that I would put together. So usually some people, they only grab like 2 colors just for the lid and the crease and just go, but I do prefer liking like the lid color, the highlight underneath the brows, and also the outer corner of your eye. So this one is called Embark, which is like a reddish brown undertone eyeshadow, and this is a matte. So this is a really good eyeshadow just to deepen up the crease or the outer V of your eye, just to give it depth. And I do love this eyeshadow. This is my second one that I actually purchased on accident, thinking that I didn't have Embark. So the highlight that I would recommend is called Brûlée, which is a satin. So this is like an off-white, which doesn't really pick up so much white, but it's like off-white, if you guys know what I mean. And it's a satin, so it kind of gives like a little bit of sheen to it, but not so much. So this is perfect for the inner tear duct, on the lid especially. So these are like multi-use kind of eyeshadows, and on the brow. So that's what I would recommend. So I have two eyelid colors, and these are the two. One of them I'm using is called Woodwinked, which is a Velux Pearl, which is so beautiful. And the other one, oh yeah, both are Velux Pearl, sorry. So I'm using the Woodwink on my eyes today. And so this one is a really nice, like, I'd say like a golden taupe kind of color that comes off like a really nice golden sheen. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's super pretty. This is so appropriate for any occasions, anytime, if you want to, you know, go to a job interview, party, or like get together. And this the other one that is super popular is All That Glitters, which is a really pretty kind of like muted gold brown shade. So that's how it looks like. And this is also a Velux Pearl, so it's super beautiful on any kind of skin, dark, fair, medium, in between, you name it. It just looks super pretty. So those are the 4 eyeshadows that I would recommend. For the crease, sometimes people like to go with soft brown. Soft brown is a really soft brown as you can tell by its name. And also I think texture is also like a orangey brown color that is really good for any skin tone too. So that's the two that I would recommend. Video really just give you an idea of what you might want to buy at a MAC store. So everything will be down below in the description box. Sorry for the noise, but I hope you guys really enjoy, and I'll see you guys in my next video.